morning. Okay, here's where we are kicking this morning off. We've got fascia blasting and we had derma rolling. With this one right here, you might want to get a nice clean washcloth because I do want to wash the oil and everything off of the face again when we do the derma rolling, so that we're starting from a clean palette. Okay, so I just have some little makeup wipes that I'm going to wipe everything off. Normally, like after doing the derma roller, those ingredients that go in can stay in. Just with the fascia blasting, depending on what kind of oil that you're using on your face. Again, it's just a precaution so that you don't get any infection from the little holes. That doesn't sound like too safe, but assured it's very safe. So you just keep things clean. All right, you're not really gonna have to worry about anything. Anywho, and I would say also, like, if you wanted to get like some peroxide or rubbing alcohol, and every now and again just dunk this baby all the way in. So when you're spraying, you could be missing a portion of it. Just make sure that hygiene before and after using a derma roller is of the utmost importance. Okay, so first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to start in this area right here with our blasting, okay, on our face. And I don't know why I don't do that at the very beginning, and I am going to use this right here. This is a coconut and grapefruit oil. It's all organic. I'm going to kind of see how my face reacts, but I am going to be wiping it off, so kind of negligible. But you can get these for, you know, your body and everything, and then Moroccan oil, or like even organic extra virgin olive oil is really good too for your face for the blasting. Point is you do need to have an oil so that it glides across your skin. All right, so what I am going to do with whatever I have got left here, and this is going to be pretty good actually, I think, to just do the job all the way around. All right. Okay, when we blast, we are going to be going into the back portion of our necks as well. You can do that therapeutically. This one is for aesthetics, all right? So let's see here. I am nice and oily. Okay, so here we go. And we do 2 different motions with this bad boy right here, okay? And then if anybody still has this little guy right here, please let me know and I'll make you a separate video for you to do along, so then you can follow along while we're doing this one right here, okay? And so here we go. We're going to go back and forth first of all right? And you can kind of get up in this area right here. Definitely helps so you don't look like the old crypt keeper, okay? What you want to be doing anytime you are, you know, blasting for, like, say, aesthetics, especially up in the facial area, you don't want to be pushing too hard. It should be light, brisk movements, okay? The objective is if you see, like right on me right now, is to get some good blood flow going, okay? This does feel good. Also, anybody that's got any slunching or anything, leave me a message. I can totally shoot you a private video on how to address those issues. Got a lot of tension in your neck? Again, comment. I'll make you a video and we'll get that stuff ironed right out, okay? So back and forth, okay? A little bit more. And remember too, if you hear like the gravelly sound, this is a very bony area. When you hit the gravel, you will notice it, all right? And also, if it's extra tender in your, you know, any area that you're blasting, that is an area that you do know that you need to work, okay? Now, we absolutely make sure that we go feather light on our neck. You do want to hit your neck, but you don't want to be going hard because you've got veins and arteries in here that you need to be delicate of, okay? So now we're going to cruise right along to the back, and we're doing the same motion. We're still just doing this side to side, okay? Don't get it all tangled up in your hair. Okay, all right. So now we're going to go up and down, all right? Again, on the neck, nice and light motions, okay? I'm going to do the back first. Okay, now, again, in this region right here, straight up and down. Okay, now we are ready to move into your jaw. If you notice this little guy right here, kind of you've got claws underneath and also on the top. So it just like cuddles that little jawbone, all right? So I always start back in like the ear area. It's going to give you a nice lifted fit. That's all involved. This helps with tension, headaches, and stuff as well. So make sure that you're not forgetting that. Okay, and we are going side to side. Like I said, get really up behind that ear and in front of that ear, okay? And then along the jawline. You want to get a nice red appearance. This is not heavy, not so light you can't feel it, but a nice little pressure, okay? But brisk movements is what you're after. And if you see, I am getting nice and red there, all right? If you also have like any teeth clenching, anything like that, this is a super duper area to hit, all right? So, okay, move it along to the chin. Never forget your chin. And you can do the top portion. Again, you want to get it nice and red. See, there we go. And just remember, redness does not mean injury or anything. That just means you are increasing the blood flow to that area, which is definitely what you want, all right? This will give you a nice, carved face. And for those of us like me that have just a chubby little face, this is a godsend. If you feel like any pain in this area right here where it's just kind of tender, definitely keep working on that just a little bit longer. Fast, brisk movements is what you want. Don't forget to go up behind the ear and then kind of in front of the ear there, right? Just really get all of that relaxed, okay? All right, so it should be nice and red. All right, so now we are going to start into the next portion right here, okay? So what we're gonna do is right along the lip line, all right? You don't wanna do your lips because you don't wanna lose volume in your lips. But if you do right along the line, this is going to help with, smoker's lines. Also, it begins to help into that area for us smilers, the nasal folds, all right? So we are just going around on the outside of those lips. Da, 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 da. Don't forget to get the corners. Do the top. Even from like years and years and years ago, if you were a younger smoker or anything like that, this is definitely going to iron out those bunched up pieces of fascia in your face, and it's gonna feel good. Not necessarily good while you're doing it, but afterwards you're just like so much more relaxed, looser, and more flexible. When it comes to the face, it just looks better all in general. Okay, so that should have been all around the lips. All right, so now right here is where we get into those folds. All right, so we're going to go this way and then we're going to iron along this right here. So I always pull my nose back so I really can get into that area. Go along into the nose tissue. All right, Like I said, that other little guy right there, this move, kind of felt like I was picking my nose all the time. So that's why I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go back to this little fella. All right. Again, light, brisk moves. You want to get some blood flow going there, okay? I forgot to tell you too, make sure that you get your before pictures of your face with no makeup or anything like that on. Super important, just so you can measure your results. Okay, so now we're ready to go straight up and down. Now try to get on the outside of the line right there. All right, so you can help relax it, okay? Now we're going to do the other side, because if you see I'm nice and red, all right? Like I said, the results that you end up getting, you're going to see them. You're going to actually start to see some improvement. Sometimes people see it like after one time. I find that most people are getting, into 5 or 6 sessions, and then they're like, oh, golly gee, this is really kind of working. Okay, so nice and red right there. All right. Okay, so the next area is you want to go along your bone of your cheek. You don't want to necessarily go above it. We're going to get an area like right in here, but this little like apple thing that sits on top of your cheek, you kind of want to keep that, so don't be, going there unless you're like super, have like a lot of fat and you're like pushing up into there, then you can like kind of go into this area. We never ever blast underneath your eyes right there, just because that tissue does not need to be messed with. It needs to just be shown lots of nutrients and moisture. So anyway, you're going to go right along that jawline, or I meant cheekbone, I apologize. Okay, right in there. And again, get into the ear area. Okay, if you are tender, if it doesn't feel so hot, you kind of feel a little bruisey or whatever, just work that area a little bit longer. Okay, I promise you will get result from it. All right. Now, the one thing that does help is if you get steam. That's what I'm going to be doing the next few times that we do this, okay? Is I'm going to be using like a hot washcloth to heat up my face first. I wanted to kind of go through a full session first before, we get going with that. But before, so you're going to see a difference in our next videos, is I'm going to be using like a hot washcloth just to heat up the tissue. Your results seem to be a lot better when you do that, all right? Just along right underneath that jawline, okay? I keep saying jawline, I mean cheekbone. Okay, so now we are ready to move along into the upper portion, okay? I'm gonna start behind, or like by my eyebrows, in between first, all right? Really get in there where this crook right here meets. If you can get that, you can get, those, I think they're called 11s. You can get those out, all right? When you get into the forehead, and especially around the brows, you are going to feel some definite tenderness, okay? Just keep going with it. Don't push too hard, all right? Okay, there we go. All right, so now we are ready to go right alongside our eye. Okay, remember, we're not getting into this tissue. We're going right along the eye, okay? You should, yeah, see, I'm already getting red right there. It's exactly what I want. Okay, right into that temple area, okay? This also is good for the headache portion, all right? had a crappy day, instead of grabbing alcohol, grab your little blaster and work in your temple area, okay? Okay, so next we're going to go straight across the forehead, and then we're going to go around the brows, okay? So get all the way up into like your hairline, okay? And then go on the other side of that right there. I guess I'm a quizzical girl because that's where I get, you know, my little wrinkles right there, right? I don't have this stuff so much here as I have it way at the top because I guess I'm permanently surprised. I don't know. Again, you're going to get a lot more tenderness in your forehead than you get anywhere else, okay? So just be aware of that and don't be afraid of it, all right? Okay, so we're nice and red on our forehead. Now we're going to go along the brows, okay? What this is going to do is lift the eyes and help out with like hooded, anything like that. Go right around the brow. This right here is a super duper tender spot for me, all right? But 2 or 3 sessions with it and it really starts to, you know, ease up on the tenderness, all right? Okay, there we go. And now we're going to Who needs a brow lift when you've got a little teeny weeny blaster, right? Again, not hard, light and brisk, okay? Is where you're going. So now we have got ourselves a nice red face, okay? So that is our blaster portion. Again, I hope that everybody took like some good before pictures so that you can see it. Now, normally after blasting, you can just rub in whatever oil that you're using. But again, I like to make sure that everything is nice and clean when I use the derma roller because you are poking holes in the skin, okay? Anytime you do that, you want to make sure that you are, you know, being clean as you possibly can be, all right? Okay. I think I am an oil-free lady, okay? All right, so now, getting your derma roller, and remember the rule, before and after use every single time, okay? So here is a little sanitizer. It's a new one that I have. My teeny weeny guy that smells so amazing is actually out. I gotta get some more of that. Okay, let it dry real quick. All right. Okay, there we go. So here we go. We do 2 motions with this little guy. Actually, I'm a liar. You can do 3. You go straight back and forth, up and down, and then you can also go at like an angle. Right along, say like the cheeks and whatnot, and along the forehead, I do an angle, okay? So here we go. We're going to go straight up and down, all right? Start with all of that. Try to cover every single area, just like you're mowing a lawn or vacuuming a carpet, straight back and forth into the next area, all right? And remember to always get out behind those ears and around those ears because that is a portion of your, you know, facial muscle and tissue. Okay. All right. So now we're ready to hit the face along that jawline, and again up around the ears, straight up and down around the eyes. Now we're heading on up into the forehead region. Get into the eyebrows. Okay, all the way up. Don't leave any area of the face uncovered by this right here. It should feel kind of scrapey, but not painful at all. Okay, so now we are ready to go back and forth here. All right. Like I said, make sure that you're getting all of this region right here, because you don't want to have a nice, youthful, like face, and then your neck and your décolletage here looks like you just crawled out of the graveyard. All right. So you want to make sure that you are, you know, tending to that. All right. And you can go across the lips on this one right here, because of the simple fact that it'll just stimulate collagen, and then you don't get those disappearing old lady lips. All right, that can even happen when you're 26 years old, so doesn't mean you're an old lady, but it's something that's equated to that. All right. Okay, so now we are ready for diagonal. So I'm going to go this way diagonal, and then we'll move into another area. Okay, so let's start over here. Okay, switch it around. We're going diagonal this way. Okay, and again, if you're seeing redness, do not let that bother you at all. Okay, so now we'll go straight back and forth across your neck area. Light pressure, all right? So you want to get those holes in the skin so that you stimulate your body to do what it's supposed to do, and that is repair. Okay, so now at an angle this way, an angle this way, okay, an angle this way. Okay, now we're on up into the forehead, so basically we're going to go across like this. Okay, now cross like this. Don't forget to get into the brow area, okay? Just like we blasted in that area, that definitely, it pulls everything up, okay? All right, so there you have it. Now before we put it away, we want to give it a nice spray. Like I said, I don't have any objection with submerging this in, you know, to straight rubbing alcohol or anything like that. Just to double check every now and again, making sure that you are getting it done. All right. So the next thing is I put on vitamin C. Okay. This is a super repairing thing on the inside and the outside of your body. I absolutely love vitamin C. Okay. You can get, it's a Tree of Life vitamin C. It's not very expensive at all, and it doesn't have any other like caca in it. All right. So with all those tiny little holes in your skin, cool thing is it's going to maximally absorb. Okay. And you can get underneath the eyes. Just make sure you're super duper delicate. All right. You know, a lot of times people, you know, go like this. When I come across, I just barely take any kind of pressure, and it's more like right along in that way, right there. Okay. again, you just want to be super duper delicate. The next thing that I have is I do the hyaluronic acid. What I did is I made a mixture of these two, but for right now I'm just going to only use this. This is the generic brand of the Rock serum. So got some of that, and we're going to make it make magic on our face, okay? So do your vitamin C first, all right? And then whatever lotion, serum, anything like that that you use on your face that you have a preference for, I say by all means use it, as long as it doesn't have a bunch of, things that are anti, nutrients in those. Make sure that they're like cruelty-free, they're anti-comedomic, things like that, okay? And that is our face. Talk to you later, bye.